The rain started just as the city lights flickered on, thin at first, like hesitation, then steady, deliberate. It glossed the streets in shimmering reflections, turning every neon sign into a wavering illusion. People hurried past, heads bowed, collars raised, eager to outrun the storm. But one man stood still. Adrian Vale. He lingered across the street from the bank, hands tucked into his coat pockets, eyes fixed on the glass doors. To anyone else, he was just another commuter caught in the rain. But Adrian wasn't waiting for the storm to pass. He was waiting for the perfect moment to begin. 7:42 p.m. He glanced at his watch, then back at the building. The security guard inside was pacing, same pattern, same timing. 12 steps to the left, pause, adjust his cap. 12 steps back. Adrian had studied him for weeks. Every habit, every yawn, every lazy glance at the clock. Predictability, Adrian believed, was the weakest lock. A black sedan rolled past, its tires hissing against wet pavement. Across the street, the bakery's lights flickered off, right on schedule. One by one, the neighborhood dimmed into night. 7:45, Adrian exhaled slowly. Showtime. He crossed the street with measured calm, blending into the last trickle of customers leaving nearby shops. As he approached the bank, he pulled a folded umbrella from his coat, not to shield himself from the rain, but to conceal the subtle movement of his other hand slipping on a thin, black glove. The doors slid open with a quiet hiss. Inside, the air smelled faintly of polished wood and printer ink. The lobby was nearly empty, just as he expected. One teller counting bills behind the counter. The guard near the hallway, bored and half distracted. Adrian smiled politely as he walked in. "Evening," he said, his voice warm, forgettable. The guard nodded. "Closing soon. I won't be long." That was true. Adrian never wasted time. That was true. Adrian never wasted time. He moved toward the ATM machines along the sidewall, pretending to fumble with his wallet. His reflection in the dark glass looked back at him, calm, composed, precise. Then, quietly, everything changed. His hand slipped beneath his coat and pulled out a slim device, no larger than a phone. He crouched slightly, as if tying his shoe, and connected it to a maintenance panel beneath the ATM. Click. The device blinked once, twice. Adrian stood, zipped his coat, and walked toward the exit. The teller didn't notice. The guard didn't notice. No one noticed. But behind the walls, hidden circuits stirred to life. 7:58 p.m. The bank closed. Lights dimmed. Doors locked. The guard finished his final round and settled into his chair, flipping through his phone. Outside, the rain had grown heavier, drumming steadily against the glass. Inside the ATM panel, Adrian's device woke up. Lines of code executed in silence, slipping past outdated firewalls, mimicking authorized signals. The system didn't resist, it welcomed the instructions like an old friend. Adrian stood across the street again, beneath the dim glow of a street lamp, watching. In his ear, a faint voice crackled. "Connection established," said Mira. Adrian allowed himself the smallest smile. "Took you long enough." "Relax," she replied. "You want precision or speed?" "I want both." Inside the bank, numbers began to move. Not in large, obvious amounts, but in fragments. Tiny transfers, scattered across dozens of accounts, routed through layers of digital shadows. Invisible, untraceable, a theft not of force, but of silence. 8:03 p.m. The guard frowned. One of the ATMs beeped. He looked up, annoyed, and pushed himself out of his chair. "Damn machines," he muttered, walking over. The screen flickered, then went dark. Adrian's smile faded. "Mira," he said quietly. "What was that?" "I didn't." "Wait." Her typing grew frantic. "Something's interfering." That was true. Adrian never wasted time. He moved toward the ATM machines along the sidewall, pretending to fumble with his wallet. His reflection in the dark glass looked back at him, calm, composed, precise. Then, quietly, everything changed. His hand slipped beneath his coat and pulled out a slim device, no larger than a phone. He crouched slightly, as if tying his shoe, and connected it to a maintenance panel beneath the ATM. Click. The device blinked once, twice. Adrian stood, zipped his coat, and walked toward the exit. The teller didn't notice. The guard didn't notice. No one noticed. But behind the walls, hidden circuits stirred to life.